Welcome, children of light. You tune into the Phoenician Star, and my name is Eva. We're going to begin by taking some deep breaths and supporting each other's life force. I'm going to be quiet during this time, and I'll start talking again once I feel like we've connected and the energy is a bit settled. Let's go. I don't know if I'm not really sure who this is for, but I'm sensing someone who forgets to breathe. You don't realize that you're holding your breath, and you're going to have to start breathing more consciously. I'm tapping into messages from the higher self, and the message that's really coming out today is you're not allowed to give up. I'm going to go ahead and start the reading and see what comes out. Grounding exercises, meditation, deep breathing, sitting still for a moment, allowing everything to leave your center, leave your energetic space. Sometimes we do need to forget really who we are, what our responsibilities are, and just be a spirit. Just be alive. Just enjoy actually breathing. That's going to help you right now. I'm sensing someone who discredits their evolution, discredits their changing. You don't give yourself enough credit for what you have morphed into. I'm not sure why, and I don't want to read into it because this is a general reading and I can sense a lot of things, and it's just going to confuse you if I overtalk it. But there's something about you giving yourself credit. I'm sensing someone who feels like there is no peace within themselves, that there's no peace on earth, and maybe that's why you feel like there is no peace, because there is no place where you can go where it's just quiet, where it's peaceful, where everything is as it should be. But the truth is that everything is as it should be. It may not be the way that we want it to be, but everything is as it should be. Rest. I can't even really say relaxation, but you need some rest. You need some grounding. I said in one of my other readings, I can't remember which one, but I was sensing someone who needed some help planting their feet firmly on the ground. It's like you're floating around in space and you're not present in your life. And if you were to actually stop worrying and just be present with what's going on, then you will see that things aren't as bad as they feel. I'm sensing someone who needs some encouragement. And sometimes encouragement, while we may want it to come from the outside, we may want a support system. It doesn't always, sometimes outside support isn't enough if you can't encourage yourself. You got to find that deep down within you and start trying to hype yourself up. This is somewhat of a warning, not to frighten anybody, but if you don't start taking these deep breaths, supporting your life force, giving yourself time to breathe, getting grounded, you're gonna get sick. Now, the level of sickness I can't see. Not sure I want to. Because I don't want to tap too much into it. It could be something so simple as a little cold. It could be something more. But you've got to get grounded. You've got to let some of this go. Whatever it is that's clouding you, whatever is hovering over your head, you got to let it go, or you're going to manifest the sickness. Two things could happen to you if you give up. That maybe there's something that you're working on, or maybe this is just life in general. Maybe somebody is thinking about giving up on life in general. Um, you will never know what you could have had if you give up right now. Maybe things will work out and your dreams will come true. Maybe they will, but maybe they won't. You will never know if you give up right now. Well, let me take that back. If you give up right now, you do know what's going to happen. You know for a fact that your dreams won't come true if you give up right now. But if you keep going, maybe they will. And that at the end of your life cycle, the least that you can do is look back and say, I gave it my best shot. I kept going. Something that could help someone is the sound of water, to kind of go to sleep to like trickling water sounds or rain sounds. There's something about connecting to the flow in a dream state. Children of light, you're forgetting that your superpower is to transmute negative energy into positive energy. When you feel yourself being overwhelmed, take that moment to take a few deep breaths and then go find something creative to do. Go play with Play-Doh. Go play outside. Write, draw, paint, um, create a game or something. If y'all are good at computers, I'm not really sure. Just whatever you feel most creative doing, do that. Your creative energy is really powerful right now. But you don't really sense that because some of you are in a state of poverty when it comes to your money. You're in a state of poverty when it comes to your spirit and your heart. You feel just really poor all the way around in body and in everything. It's about money, but it's not just about money. You feel overall poor. But you've got to get your feet firmly planted on the ground. You've got to support your life breath, your life force. Start being creative. Encourage yourself. Um, you don't feel like you're stable in really any way of your life. You feel like everything has a question mark by it. You're questioning yourself, your choices. And even though you're sure of some of the choices that you're made, you're like, I know I made the right decision. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't take the pain away. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna open a Reiki portal, and if you would like this spiritual healing energy to come to you, just say I accept, nod your head, be open to it. If not, don't worry, it's gonna kick off to someone else in the universe who wants it. Opening now. All right. I'm gonna leave that open until the end of the reading. You feel like some of you Okay, two things. Some of you feel like you're being manipulated by an outside person or an outside thing. something in the world is manipulating you, some person or something in the world, some circumstance, some situation, or like I said, some person. For a lot of you, it's a person. For some of you, it's not, but for a lot of you, it is a person that you feel like is manipulating you in some kind of way. Um, that is part of why you feel so poorly, because for some of you, they really are. Um, and then there are others of you viewing you're trying too hard to manipulate the next big thing to happen in your life. You, I feel like you've done so much work up until this point that you don't have to push so hard. Don't give up, but ease into the flow. Work at what you need to work at. You know, what you can't help, don't worry about. You've got to ease into this flow. You feel like I'm tapping into somebody who feels like they're alone in the spiritual world, like you have no spiritual help. Somebody feels abandoned by God or whatever it is that they believe in, whoever it is that they believe in, or they feel like it's not a God. But there is something spiritual around you. For some of you, I'm tapping into one particular spirit that's like right beside you. It feels male. Um, yeah, yeah. This is a general reading, but sometimes when one person's energy is so strong, I kind of tap into theirs. Um, and since I don't know you, it, there's there's um there's a male in your space. Um, I'm gonna have to leave that one alone. Um, and for others of you, it's more than one person. Like you have a spiritual team. For some people that I'm tapping into, there are three people. It feels like almost two women and a guy. Um, sorry, like that's okay. Wait. Because this is a general reading, I'm gonna have to set that aside. If that's you that I've tapped into, then um, just just know that everyone viewing does have a spiritual team. Whether or not you believe in God, spirits, your ancestors, you do have someone, excuse me, that is in the spiritual realm who is supporting you, who is looking out for you, who is walking this life path with you. Some of you, your pets are starting to notice that you're feeling down. Some of you, if in your depressive poverty state of mind, if you are neglecting your pets, you may need to kind of shift your attention to them a little bit, because they're not feeling so well. And you may need to make sure that you're doing right by your pets. I'm not really sure who that's for either. Um, and also, to the majority of people who are listening in, you're going to notice either butterflies in your space. I want to say moths as well in your space. Um, and it's ducks or geese for somebody. So some ducks or some geese is in somebody's space too. But that's just kind of the universe's way of letting you know, hey, we're here to help. Not saying that your spiritual team is a bunch of geese, but that is around you. And for somebody, that's confirmation. You're gonna get stronger. It's gonna take time. Everything happens in cycles. Um, there is something about filling yourself up with love. I want to say this, and it's gonna sound really weird and really harsh. Um, for those who, for everyone who is doing shadow work, whether you're really facing it or you're pushing it aside or you're, whatever it is that's going on, the message is coming out like, so what if you're not the smartest person in the room? So what? So what if you're ugly? So what if you're flawed? What does that matter in the grand scheme of things? Are you happy? Are you joyful? Are you creative? Can you find a reason to be happy? Do you take care of the people around you? Are you a good person? Okay. You've got to take care of yourself. There's somebody that needs to drink more water. There's somebody that needs to eat some more fruit. There's somebody who needs to eat some more vegetables. There's somebody who needs some more protein in their diet. There is somebody who needs a little bit more exercise. There is someone who needs a heck of a lot more sleep. There is someone who kind of needs to get by themselves because the people around them are draining their energy and you're maxed out. You're about to max out. That's not to scare you or anything like that, but there's something about taking care of yourself. Um, I am tapping into a lot of people with some sexual wounds. I'm gonna leave that there. That's too much for right now. Um, it's some people that are grieving the loss of the life that they thought they were going to have. It's like something came along. It almost feels like divorce, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But it's something that it's like you thought that your life was going to turn out one way, but it really didn't. It turned out totally opposite, and you're grieving the loss of a dream that you had. You're grieving the loss of maybe a person because you are divorced or separated, or maybe it's something about grief and being really really sad about something that you thought you had that you either don't have anymore or you realize was never there in the first place. Faking it until you make it is a load of crap. You do not have to fake it if you don't fucking feel good. Excuse my language. That doesn't mean that you have to walk around and be super sad and, take everybody out with you. And, it doesn't mean that, but you can admit, hey, I'm not myself right now. Hey, I'm really in a bad space right now. I need some time. I'm not telling anybody to call off work, or quit their job, anything like that. But it's admitting I need a break. I can't do this right now. You don't always have to put on a brave face and smile and be somebody that you're not right now. That is part of the thing that is kind of killing you spiritually when you have to put on a mask and pretend that you're somebody that you're not. That's easier said than done, I know, but I had to get that out. It's okay if your dreams aren't big. We kind of live in a society that tells you, oh, you got to dream big, 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 I can't talk. Dream big, you got to want big things. Everybody doesn't want big things. Some people want really small, simple things that make them happy and comfortable. And for whoever that is who is not dreaming big, that's okay. That's okay that you don't want much. But admit it to yourself and don't allow anybody else to try to make you dream up something for you that you don't really want because you're going to be unhappy in it. For those of you who are dreaming big, good for you. But don't push your dream on other people who don't want that. Mm. I'm tapping into someone who is looking for their soul tribe. I'm tapping into someone who needs to rekindle the relationship between them and a family member or the entire family. I'm tapping into someone who wants to get the family together but can't. I'm tapping into someone who feels drained by their family. The family energy is very heavy and it's coming out in different forms. So is there one message that I could give them about that? But some of you, you need to hear that family isn't always the people that you were born into. Sometimes it's the family that you make your friends. Sometimes it's adoptive parents. Sometimes it's strangers who just want to see you do well. Um, and also sometimes you can't make your family love you when they don't really love themselves or they have an empty space in them. Um, Kind of different for each person. I'm gonna have to leave that there. Stop forcing yourself to be excited when you're not. This taps into the whole fake it till you make it kind of thing. If you're not feeling it today, then don't feel it today. Just let them know, hey, I don't feel it today. And that's okay. If somebody can't honor the fact that you're not 100% and you need some time, then maybe that person needs to reevaluate their place in your life or just get out of your life. For some of you, that's not for everybody, but for some of you, um, I'm going to let that be all. I am going to close the healing portal. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to let that be all. Thank you for tuning in and follow your own star.